to Cup of Queens with Paige and Saray, and today we're so excited. We have Molly, who is the owner and founder of Faceology here in Fargo, and she talks all things makeup, following her passion to open her own business, and even what's to come with Faceology.
Molly is such an inspiration and a complete makeup guru. She gave us so many great tips. If you are looking to expand your makeup knowledge, this is the episode for you.
So grab your cup and enjoy.
Okay. What is today?
The 19th, so it's late, but it's a Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday. Cheers to
Cheers
Wednesday.
to Wednesday.
Cheers to Wednesday.
All right, let's do this.
We're rolling, getting the night off going right.
Mhm.
We're so excited. I'm so excited that Molly's here.
Yay!
Molly
Who?
is the bomb.
Thanks, guys.
We can already tell.
Oh, you are so sweet. You're so sweet.
So
Thank
fun.
you. Thank you.
So tell us about yourself. Tell us a little bit of background, what
Yeah.
you do.
Give us your bio, your little
Yes.
bio from where you came from, who
Okay.
you are. Give us a little taste of that.
All right. Well, born and raised in Fargo here. Grew up, totally loved hair, makeup, art, all of the things creativity, like based. But told my mom that I wanted to go into this industry, and she was like, absolutely not. You will not make any money.
Oh no.
Okay, you need to go to university. And my mom she's a great gal. She's very supportive, but that was like one thing she was like, no, I'm not about that life. So I went to MSUM for about a year and a half, hated it, couldn't stand it. And I finally was like, this is what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like this is not your life, this is
Yeah.
my life. So let's just try it out. So I started receptioning at a hair salon. I went to Joseph's, and here I am.
Here you are.
Here you are.
Right out of school, then I was working with an independent makeup artist
Okay.
for a couple of years. Elise, she's amazing. And then from there, I just got opportunity after opportunity, and now I have my own business, and it's a wild ride.
Your own
I am so
dang
proud of you.
business.
Yes, you guys, it's so weird.
Plug
it's weird.
the business. Tell us the business.
Okay.
Tell us.
Okay, so my business is Faceology. I opened last year, February, so right before COVID. Whoop, whoop.
Great.
But we're here. We've made it. And it's just like everything beauty based, I feel like. I love doing makeup. I love doing eyebrows, lash lifting and tinting, spray tanning, kind of all of the things. It's so fun.
That is so fun.
That is
Yeah.
And you
so-
have creative freedom to
Yes.
do literally anything you
Anything
want.
I
Yes.
want. Anything I want. And I'm
you
an
can always
Aries.
expand.
Yes.
And
And I'm an Aries, so I'm like a natural born, like I want to do what I want to do
Yeah.
when I want to do it.
Yes,
kind of a girl.
I
So for me,
love
it just
this.
is so fun. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, we just had a big astrology talk on our
Did
last
you?
episode.
you should listen to it. It was really fun. You have
Yes.
this giant astrology book.
Okay,
It
was this
great.
with Christy from Love Always?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard about that.
You need this book.
Yes.
You would
You'll
love
have-
it.
That is good.
Plug me later.
I meant to post it. I
Yes,
will
you
post
need
it
to.
now.
You need
Because
to.
other
Okay,
people need
also
it.
we need to post the book that she mentioned about when she was in the cabin.
Yes, we
should
literally.
just
Did we get it?
It's
Yes.
on our
Yeah.
table over there.
Because I
We
need to listen to that as
ordered
well.
2
Thank you,
copies
Christy.
instantly.
Yeah.
We're like,
Good.
Yes, we
Yeah.
need this.
As soon
Yes.
as she left, we're like, okay, add to Amazon cart.
Absolutely.
Yeah, get that. Yeah.
Not even add to Amazon cart. Buy now.
By now.
By now.
Swipe and buy. Mhm.
So, okay, speaking of finding your passion,
Yes.
your path, how did you decide that it was your time to go out on your own? Because you worked somewhere before, right?
I did. I was working for another business, and I just felt like I wanted to take control of my life, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, it was just going off on my own and doing everything kind of by myself.
Mm-hmm.
It was an amazing, job and space in my career, and I learned a lot from where I was at. It was like I had my clientele. I just was ready. It just felt right.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that happened where it was like, ooh, I need to get out of here.
Sure.
It was
Yeah.
just like, oh, I could do this on my own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really could do this on my own.
Uh-huh.
And I think it would make me more happy. I think it would make life a little bit easier. I think that I could find a balance better with my life and not feel like I'm working 24/7. And so, yeah, it was great.
I love that you mention the balance.
Yeah,
thing, because
it's so hard.
I personally
still struggle.
I was gonna say, I
Yes.
feel like going off and doing your own thing, all of a sudden now you are the boss,
Yeah.
the manager, the
Yeah.
accountant, the
Yes.
you know, this
You're
person.
literally everything.
You take on a lot of hats. So how did you find that work-life balance with starting such a big project?
Yeah. It's definitely hard. Luckily, though, because of COVID, it was a little bit easier for me.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I was just slammed into it right away. It was, let me take a month to kind of get on my feet, let my clients know where I'm at and what I'm doing. And then it was shut down.
It was like, just kidding.
So
I had to try it
yeah.
out and then stop.
Correct. And it was kind of nice because then it was also like a little mental break for me too, to be like, well, there's nothing that I can do.
Yeah.
I can't go to work at all. So let me just have some fun, live my life, do some like back end work things, right? And then by the time that we were like back open, I was full force ready to give me all the eyebrows, give me all the makeup. I was dying to get my hands on people's faces because I missed it. It was also with my clients. It was so crazy with COVID because I know everything about them. They vent to me about a lot of things. I'm like,
You're like a therapist.
are you still married? Do you have a child? Like, did you go on your vacation? Right? Like, it's so wild. So it was just like a drop off. I'm like, okay. You know, it's like when you don't get the end to a movie. You're like, what?
Right. Like, what's
So,
going on?
yeah, it feels great to be back again.
Oh,
to be able to
good.
connect with my clients.
Yeah.
They're like my family. You guys truly are my family. It's amazing.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm happy you're back.
Yes, me too. Me too.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. So I just applaud anybody that goes off on their own,
Yeah.
follows
Me
their
too.
own
I
path.
100%. It's not easy. It's definitely very hard, but so rewarding at the same time.
So what
So
was
rewarding.
the scariest part?
Oh God, all of it.
Yeah.
All of it was so scary. I'm like an anxiety-driven person, and thinking like, am I able to do this? Will my clients follow me?
Yeah.
What if I fail? What if? But you don't. I mean, you'll always have what ifs in your lives, and you don't know. You could fly, right? You could
Yeah.
fall, you could fly. It's kind of like one of those things. And if you fall, that's okay because you get right back up again and you try it again. Or you
Yeah.
know that maybe this isn't for me. Or it helps you just realize and then continue to grow within yourself. So for me, it was just like, let's just jump because you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
It gives me chills.
That is
It
so
does.
cool.
So it was, nothing in my life happened where I was like, I need to go off on my own. It was just like, I felt secure in myself and ready. And we jumped.
And we jumped.
I
And
remember.
look at you now.
Yeah, look at you now. I remember, well, because you do my eyebrows. And I
Yes.
was like, okay, I got to book an appointment with Molly. And I went on the website and you weren't there. And I was like, oh my gosh, she moved.
know.
Something happened. So then, of course, I go on Instagram and then I find that you started your own
Yes.
business. And I was so excited.
Yes.
And so it's just crazy.
It's
Like, people do
yes.
follow you.
Yes.
You know?
And all of my friends and family were like, you have nothing to worry about. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
But I get that I'm great at what I do, but I work hard to be great at what I do.
Yes.
And I think that even though people look at me and they go, oh my God, Molly's so good at makeup. Oh my God, Molly's so good at brows. For me, I'm like, you really like my makeup? Are you sure my eyebrows are good? You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I think that like you don't see yourself how other people see you.
Totally.
So it's nice to obviously get that feedback, but in the back of your head, you're still like, will they follow me?
Right.
Will they like what I do? Will they like my space? Will they like
Yeah.
all of it,
Yeah.
So
And at the end of the day, people can tell you anything, but if you don't believe in you,
True.
it doesn't really even matter.
correct.
Because there's so many people who are great at things that just
Yes.
like are like, I know, like
Yes.
no, and count themselves out and
Right.
like what
Before they've
you
even
believe
tried.
Yes.
you will be.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Oh well, that
Speaking
is
of-
so cool.
Yeah.
It's so cool. And speaking of makeup, your face looks bomb tonight.
Thank you.
Yes.
Do you have like a spray tan or what's
You
going
guys,
on?
What's going on?
This is actually really funny because I'm trying out some new like chemical exfoliants with my skincare.
Okay.
And I actually broke out in a rash this morning and I'm like, I'm going to be on this
There is
podcast.
absolutely no evidence of this.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Okay, well, I use a lot of cream-based products or like liquid-based products. I'm not super heavy on like a powder at all right now.
Okay.
And with COVID too, I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup. Like I don't even have foundation on right now because it just was
What?
My reaction was so dramatic because I just like literally can't focus.
some concealer. Oh, okay, well, I have sunscreen on first, and it does have a little
As
bit
you
of
should.
it does have a little bit of shimmer in it, right? So it gives you kind of like that glowy underneath, kind of like you're glowing from within instead of like a highlight just plastered on your face. Sometimes you see those girls and it's like, whoa!
You are beaming in
Thank you.
to another light year.
I love that. Well, you guys, thank you so much.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, we need to dig into some of
Yes.
this because
I want the product.
Let's dig.
you're so great at
Thank
makeup.
you.
I've stalked
Wow,
your Instagram
thank you so much.
for
I really appreciate that.
so long, and like
Thank you.
it is such an artistry to be so
Yeah.
good at making people look their best
Yeah.
in their personal
Yeah.
look. You know,
Yeah.
every face is different.
It
and
is.
I think a lot of makeup artists don't get credit for how difficult it is to, like, you can't just
Thank you
throw
for saying
on
that.
a little eyeshadow
Right.
onto every single
Yes.
person and expect it to work.
Correct.
Like, it's not.
It's not going to happen.
So, okay, tell us about your process, because you do makeup for so many different
So
things.
many events. Yeah.
Tell us about the process. Take us through a day.
Okay. So let's say you guys were getting married.
Okay.
You two together.
I love it. I do love it.
Okay, well, so I would show up your day, usually at the venue, which is so much fun, and I love getting out and seeing all the venues because they're so cool right now. And then I like to prep the skin a little bit, make sure that it's hydrated, moisturized. That way when I put on my foundation or the airbrush that I use, it's not cracky and kind of gross and stuff like that because some of us do have really dry skin, and that's okay. It's our weather, but we don't want to look like that in pictures or in real life.
Right.
So we get the skin hydrated. I go in with a little bit of concealer. I usually start with the eyes first, you guys. This is a misconception that a lot of people are like, wait,
Do the eyes last.
why are you doing
Yeah.
Most people like start with their face and then go into their eyes.
Yes.
But if you think about it, if you're using shadow, some shadows are so finely milled that they're really powdery. And a lot of those times those powders are going to be the most pigmented because they're so finely milled.
Sure.
And then that's when you get the fallout underneath on like
raccoon
on
eyes.
your cheekbones.
Yeah.
Yes. And
That happens
so
to me every morning.
sometimes me too. So that's why I like to start out with the eyes first. That way when I'm done, I can just take a makeup wipe or a water wipe or whatever and just
Yeah. Genius.
right?
Smart,
Wipe
yes.
that fallout away and beat that face to the gods.
Hello.
Literally.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And so then the process would just be like getting in with my airbrush, powdering your face so that airbrush stays and is not moving. Putting on my, your blush, bronzer, really creating dimension to the face, going in and sharpening up your eyebrows or filling in any sparse spots. Then I like to go back into the eyes because it's a process.
Okay.
I get back into the eyes. I kind of smoke out your lower lash line or do whatever that lower lash line needs. Put on some mascara, some false lashes, and you are wedding ready.
Oh my gosh.
That's so exciting.
Oh.
Yeah.
I love wedding makeup.
Yes.
I do too.
I do too.
I love getting my makeup done for
Yeah.
literally anything because
Yeah.
it's so fun to just see how other people
Yes.
take it.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot of people when I say that I'm a makeup artist are like, "Ooh, do you do special effects makeup?" Which there's nothing against that.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It's
Yeah.
just not my genre of
Right.
makeup. I am a true bridal makeup artist, and bridesmaids, wedding elegance is like, ooh, chef's kiss. I just love it.
So what do you, because I feel like bridal makeup
Yeah.
is such a niche. Like
Yeah.
everybody wants to look natural,
Yes.
but not
But-
too natural.
Right, but a smoky eye, but natural.
Yes, literally that is always the same. Smoky eye, but
Smoky eye, but
natural.
natural.
So what do you feel like you are really doing something different every time, or do you have a go-to kind of look that you're like, this is something that has fit with so many different face shapes and
Yeah.
personalities? What do you
That's a really great question. I think no. This is kind of weird. In my head, I can like, if I look at you, I'm like, okay, she's got this. Her eyebrows are full. Her cheekbones are full. I'm going to her eyes might be a little hooded, so I'm going to really accentuate the outer corners or bring like all of these things. And so I think for every face, it's just so different.
It's like a puzzle.
Right. It really truly is. I know that you could put a crease color in and a shimmer all over the lid and call it a day and have it be beautiful, but I want to give you more than that.
I figured that. I was hoping that was your
wanna give you
answer.
more
I
than
really
that.
wanted to tee it off, and you took it.
I want to give you more than that. I want you to look at yourself and be like, holy shit.
Yes. Yeah,
Holy
you can tell
shit.
you do that with your brides. Like, you can
Good.
tell.
Good. I
for
mean, like,
sure.
obviously, if you want just a crease color, something super natural, I'm going to give it to
Let's
you.
do it, yeah.
I'm going to give it to you, hands down. And we'll make it look, bomb. But I want to usually give you a little bit more.
Yeah.
One of the makeup artists, actually J-Lo's makeup artist, his name is Scott Barnes. Do we know him?
I do.
Yes.
We love him.
Love him.
He came out with the term snatchral. So it's like
This I do not know.
snatched but natural at the same time. So you got that natural look, but you're snatched to the gods with it.
Yes!
So you can still
is
have
it.
some color to
love
you,
that.
some oomph to you, but it's not going to look like you got socked in the eye or you put a powder thing of blush on your face. You know what I mean?
Like in the White Chicks movie. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, that is so fun. That
So,
you get
or I like to ask people, do you want more of like a soft glam?
Oh, yeah.
Right? So you could do, and some people think whenever I say a smoky eye, that has to mean black.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't have to do black. You can do like a medium brown smoky eye. You can do a light pink smoky eye. A smoky eye just means all over the lid, really, if you think about it.
I
Or
kinda
like,
thought it was just black.
I did too,
yeah.
honestly.
So a lot of the times right now, all over lid color is in. So trendy.
Really?
Yes. Especially if it's like a peachy terracotta, even maybe with like a little shim in it,
Oh
you
my
know.
gosh.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Right?
Dang.
Yeah.
Okay, so speaking of trends,
Okay.
what else is coming up?
Yeah.
What is in right now for makeup?
Graphic liner is really in.
Okay.
Doing really cool things with your liner, really cool colored liner. Creating cool shapes with the liner on your eye, right? Like maybe bringing your wing out a little bit, but instead of connecting your wing, you bring it out into your crease.
Yes, I've
right?
seen
Have we seen
that.
color or things
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that?
Yep.
So the graphic liner is kind of a fun trend. Really, like I said, all over the lid colors.
That's so cool.
Super
Easy.
super easy. And then that fox eye, that like really lifted face
Yeah.
or cat, fox, what I don't know what they're
Yeah.
calling it, but where you kind of like bring everything up
How
like
the
this.
heck do people get that?
Okay, so speaking of that, I was on TikTok the other day.
Yes.
And
Love
I
TikTok.
was watching this video of this girl, and she like did something with like men's hair gel, and actually one of
A
these.
spoolie.
Yeah. Okay, that's the word. And she like drew eyeliner and then like did that and made it like wing out. You know what I mean? So
Ooh.
not like wing out, but it was almost so it like looked pulled back.
Yeah.
Like she gave herself a
Talking
little
about-
facelift.
Yeah.
hair gel.
Soap
like-
brows.
Okay, soap
Right.
brows. That's a huge thing right now. And actually,
Okay.
brow lamination is a trend that I currently do with brows at my location. And it's basically just like moving those brows in an upward, outward motion to create a fuller look. Like women want your eyebrows.
Yes.
Huh.
So they kind of do their brows to look like
You
their
want to
brows.
look like Paige.
Yeah.
Oh, like you actually meant mine?
Yes. Yes, they do. They do. I swear they do. They do.
I
funny.
actually, so the soap brows thing, I was like really trying to do.
Yeah.
I haven't given up.
Yeah.
But I didn't find the right product
Yeah,
because
it's hard.
It's really hard.
It's
but
really hard.
So for those of you who don't know what soap brow is, you literally take a spoolie,
Yes.
put it on wet soap, and
Yeah.
then you just brush it in your brows and it makes them like stick flat to
Yeah.
your face. And I love the look. Like it's so natural looking.
Yes.
But the soap tints your brows kind
Gets
of
it like
white.
a white cast. I agree. It's really hard to find. And to be honest with you, I think I would rather just take a clear brow gel.
Yeah.
I
a
would
good idea.
yeah, I would rather have like a messy, fluffy look to my eyebrows
Yes.
instead of like a stick down to my skin look.
Yes.
But that's just me personally. I know that Anastasia Beverly Hills has come out with like a brow freeze, and I've heard a lot of
Yes.
people have really liked that. I haven't personally tried it yet, just because that's not the look that I'm going for with my eyebrows.
Yeah.
But I know that a lot of people really like it.
So I bought some off Amazon because that was sold out. Like
yes.
literally everywhere.
Sure.
So I was
Yeah.
like, all right, we're
Does
going to
it
go.
come yet?
I've used it before,
okay.
but that's where the white came from. So I was like, maybe I need to try
Yes.
something better. But yeah, okay. So those are actually super trendy
Yes.
right now.
Yes, they really
Interesting.
are.
Okay.
So what else is kind of what do you think is something that is coming up that maybe isn't super popular yet?
Oh, that's a really great question. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I know that everybody's just really loving the like natural
Yeah.
look right now.
So I feel like there's a theory.
Yeah.
It's my theory. It's
Let's
like
hear
what
it.
I think in my head because it was so glam.
Yeah.
There was a moment of like almost
Yeah.
like drag
Yeah.
was like kind of like
it was almost too
the style.
harsh.
And
Yeah.
now it's circled to like natural.
Natural.
Do you think we're gonna go back to hard
That's what
glam?
I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, are we gonna like? Is it gonna be like
Yeah,
you know?
It could.
everything.
Yeah.
I just feel like everything cycles through.
I do too.
I agree.
Right now, I feel like the 90s have cycled through. So what are we gonna get next? Like the 2000s?
The 20s.
Yeah.
What happened?
What happened? Yeah.
We shall see.
We shall see. We
Report
shall
back
see.
to
Yes.
us.
Yeah.
So
I will.
for a natural look, what are some of your favorite? What's your sunscreen that you use? The tinted.
I use the Supergoop glow screen.
So do I.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
just got it today.
Yes, it's
So excited.
amazing.
I have some coming in the mail.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
I also got the
I
body
know.
one too because I
Okay.
just was like, I want to be a glowing goddess this entire summer.
Oh, do you love it? Have you used
Yes,
it?
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna get that.
I really
was
love
just
it.
at the Van
I
Gogh
also,
today.
yes,
Thank God.
I also got the Supergoop oil, like the spritz oil. That's a sunscreen.
Oh, what?
Because sometimes my body I don't want like a thick sunscreen on my body. It makes me hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
So it's like a dry oil and it's actually really nice.
Oh, does it get on your clothes?
It might. I guess I don't know.
To be determined.
My skin is usually really dry. So when I tested it out, I just like spritzed it on my arm and kind of rubbed it in and was like, this is luscious. I need it.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, speaking of dry skin,
yeah.
you deal with so many different skin
Yeah.
types. And I'm sure you have some tips and tricks
Yeah.
for how to best work with that. So how to
Yes.
best work with dryness, oiliness,
Yes.
acne prone.
Yeah.
You know, what are some of those things that you feel really help that specific skin type?
Totally. So let's start out with dry skin.
Okay.
Because I feel like a lot of people struggle with dry skin.
Yeah.
I would say make sure that you're using, it all really comes down to skincare and obviously drinking water, and kind of what you're putting in your body.
Yeah.
Okay, but back to dry skin. So if you have dry skin, I would say try getting like a microdermabrasion or some type of physical exfoliant.
Yep.
But then, and try and do that monthly or at like every 2 months. And then I would also at home be using like another chemical exfoliant, like a retinol, a toner that's not too drying that like doesn't have alcohol in it. Little things like that to kind of help slough off some of that dead skin.
Yep.
Getting a dermaplane done is also a really good one. So
Okay.
sometimes you can get like a microdermabrasion and a dermaplane at the same time from your same facial
Provider.
person.
Sure.
And then I would just make sure that you're using really good moisturizer and kind of really slathering your skin because the more hydrated you are, the less likely you are to age faster and get wrinkles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So oily women usually look younger than what they are because their skin is a little bit more plump and hydrated.
I hope that's true because I'm an
Yes.
oily girl. So
I'm more like combination.
I probably
I
am
do
too.
too.
And I'm a little bit more oily in my T-zone.
Yes.
But I actually don't mind it. I'm like, I want to be super glowy and
Yes.
dewy, but that's, again, just my vibe. I know I have a friend who's also really oily and she hates that look.
Yes.
She hates it.
Well, I think of like when I was in high school, like
Yes.
oil was like
Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad.
It was like,
evil.
oh my God.
Like,
Yeah.
do not have that
Yeah.
on
And
your
it was
face.
always
Yeah.
like
The blotting pads, like everything.
You guys, yes.
Get
Yeah.
that matte
Toilet
look.
paper roll.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh,
But
it's
now
bad.
it is. Times have changed where people are like, you know what? That is like
That's super
human.
in. Yeah.
Like that is
Yeah.
normal.
Let's take a step back. We can't all be mannequins here. My Lord.
Okay, so that's good advice for
Yes.
dry.
And then if we want to talk about acneic skin, again, I would be doing exfoliation, whether it be chemical or physical, with it being like, a toner or a retinol or salicylic acid, glycolic acid, because it's going to help resurface your pores and kind of get all that bacteria out and kill it as well. But then the physical exfoliation, which would be the microdermabrasion, is going to help suck all of that grossness out of your pores and again help with cell turnover to create a clearer skin. And then making sure you are using a moisturizer that is still hydrating because you are using out a lot of products that are drying out your skin because you're drying out the bacteria and grossness that's in your skin that's creating that acne. And so a lot of people don't, when they have oily skin or they have acneic skin, they don't moisturize because they think that that's what's causing their problem. And then they become so dry that they produce even more oil, and it's just a vicious cycle of trying to catch up with each other.
Interesting.
Wow.
So your moisturizer doesn't necessarily need to be super thick by any means, but you should be moisturizing no matter what.
Have something.
Have something.
Okay.
And then drinking your water.
Yeah. Key.
Drink your water.
That's the key.
I almost brought my big jug in here, but I was like, hey, Molly. They will have wine provided. It's fine.
Yeah. So, okay, those are like for prepping the skin.
Yeah.
So great.
Yeah.
What, especially with acne, because I feel like with makeup, that is always like
Super hard.
really hard.
Yeah.
You see it with, I mean, I feel like everybody deals with it usually at some point in their life, or at least one time.
Yeah.
So what is the best way to conceal,
So
a
again,
blemish?
super great question, but let's back up. You had said everybody has dealt with this.
Yeah.
So we all get acne. We
Right.
all get pimples.
Yep.
We all have texture. Nobody's skin is perfect. Okay. So just because you might have one pimple, your world's not going to end. It might feel like it, but your world's not going to end. And nobody is looking at that pimple. You might think that everybody is looking at it, but nobody really cares.
No.
We're all very self-centered. Like, let's be honest. And we're kind of usually all in our own brain going, is she looking at me? Is she looking at me? Is she looking at me?
It is.
Usually.
Yeah.
So, okay,
Like,
so.
no, girl, I just want to be your friend.
Correct. So, okay, so I'm sorry. That was a little tangent.
No, I love it.
I love it.
We all have nasty skin sometimes, so it's okay. But the best way that I would cover up acne is, one, you don't want to pick at it, because when you pick at it or you rip a scab off, then you have that, it's different skin types. You have like the dryness around the breakout area, and then you have like a kind of a wet spot because it's just leaking liquid, fluid. So then it won't cover up. But if it's too dry, then your makeup is going to collect on it.
Right.
So I think making sure that you're prepping the skin really well by keeping it really moisturized and hydrated is going to help either get that scab off faster than it should and healed faster, or keeping the scab just a little bit more moisturized and not as dry, so that when you do go in with either like something green to block out that redness or
Green.
yeah, taking anything green is because they're complementary colors. So taking anything green is going to help cancel out the redness and even it out. So even if one of my brides has rosacea, I have a green primer that I will put on, and it just instantly cancels out the redness.
Genius.
That's crazy.
And then going in with just like a skin colored, most people when they grab their concealer, grab obviously a lighter color.
Yeah.
But if you are trying to hide blemishes, you want to use a concealer that is your same skin tone, because using a brighter color is going to actually highlight it and bring more attention to it. And we want to cover it. So you can go in with your, color corrector, whether it be a green, color corrector, or you can even go in with like purple sometimes if it's really yellow.
Wow. Oh my god.
Like as it's ending.
Purple. Interesting.
Yeah, like a
Never
lighter
seen
purple.
purple.
Okay, yeah.
And then using your skin toned concealer and then going over it with your foundation, and then let it just sit for a little bit. Sometimes we pile too much product on at one time, and then you go to put your powder on and it's like, where did all my face foundation go? Like that powder will then like just take it off. So you got to let it get a little bit tacky. Give it some time to get tacky. Jive with your skin a little bit, and then layer on your next product. Let it get tacky a little bit, then layer on your next product. Don't just go boom, 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 boom all at one time, because then it will be too wet.
Oh, okay.
That is so interesting.
So, okay, I'm curious if this would apply. So, I feel like I've been having problems. I was telling Saray, and I'm going to laugh about it.
Literally right before you got here.
I swear, though, this week alone, I woke up and I have like a really dark line under my eye, and I don't know what the heck it's from. Like, I'm like, why do I have such dark circles?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I'm that tired, and all of a sudden it came out of nowhere. So I'm like loading on the concealer, and then I like load on powder afterwards, but then I'm like, it doesn't stay.
Yeah.
Is it because I'm doing it too quickly?
It could be, but another thing that you should do is, so again, with color correcting, you can take like a salmon color.
Ooh,
Sorry,
yes.
to
Look
lose
at that
evidences,
lip
but
gloss ready to go.
I have to. So if you take like a salmon color like this and either mix it in with your concealer, this is going to cancel out any blue, green, or purple undertones
gosh.
to then give you more of an awake look. And either you can put this on just like very lightly kind of right in there and then put your concealer over it, or you can kind of mix it with your concealer.
And like
then powder it. Well, you could do lip gloss. You could do you could do lip gloss. You could take a red lipstick. You could take anything. Yes,
really?
Red colored. But there are specific like under eye color correcting.
Sure.
That would probably
products.
be better.
That'd probably be better.
I mean, if you're a beginner.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes it's hard to blend out like a red lipstick.
But I love, for those of you who are not able to see
cool.
on YouTube, like she literally just grabbed a liquid lipstick and was like, okay, this is salmon, this is what we can do. Like, what genius. And that's so cool.
That.
Yes. So one of my favorites is Becca Cosmetics, and she has like an under eye brightening, and it comes in like a peachy or like a deeper salmon for deeper skin tones.
Cool. Okay, so what's your favorite concealer?
Yeah.